Hi there. I'm Brandon. Year's 2025. I'm here to tell you a story. It's a story about lies, about war. You should pay close attention because it's about me and it's about you. First, let me tell you about your past. See, it didn't just end up like this. There were many warning signs, but things didn't start getting real bad until the beginning of this century. It all started with things like the Patriot Act, allowing government agencies to strip away our rights of privacy, collect intelligence on us. The NDAA, which allowed the government to imprison its own people without trial. And then there was the John Warner Defense Act, which allowed the president to use the military to occupy U.S. territory and to suppress civil disorder. At this point, the government could legally spy on you, arrest you without trial, let you rot in prison for life, and if civil unrest occurred, bring in the military to put it all down. But that was just the beginning. The government can never take control over an armed population, so it began running long campaigns to demonize guns, and slowly took certain ones away for our own protection, of course. At the same time, they were building their army. The government had never been so militarized at any other point in American history. Agencies that only act against American citizens began preparing for war. Homeland Security bought billions of rounds of hollow point ammunition, bought tanks and assault vehicles, preparing for a war on the American people. That should have been our big wake-up call, but the average citizen was too happy in their trance to care. Tragedy after tragedy, the government was exploiting disaster to bring in more surveillance and drones to kill American citizens deemed threats to the government. And that's where you are today. Well, but our story isn't over yet. Oh no, that's just the beginning. Let me show you the future. Let me show you the future that you seem so keen to let happen. The year 2015. After a mass shooting, the federal government exploits the dead to put a ban on all firearms. At this point, some of us knew what was coming next. We'd seen it before. 2016, during the disarming of innocent people, there was unrest. Those who made problems were arrested. Some were burned in their homes, and people just watched. You see, the American people, you can't really blame them for not having much of a reaction. They weren't new to this kind of stuff. The military had been going more and more public for the years leading up to it about their military drills against civilians. In Texas and in Miami, where they're flying black helicopters in, shooting blank rounds of machine guns at civilians. I guess they were just used to it by the time it actually happened for real. Amongst the chaos, there was a resistance. There were only about 1,000 of us when I joined, but by 2017 the number had grown to 2 million nationwide. What followed was the bloodiest civil war of the 21st century. We were labeled terrorists, insurgents, and made the target of drones, missile strikes, and military operations. They were ready for us. We had limited weapons, and by 2022 there were 30 million people dead. Mostly civilians murdered by the government, accused of being in league with the resistance. By 2023 the war was over. They had killed most of the rebels, but they kept some of us to work in their camps. After I was deemed fit for labor, I was sent here to one of 24 camps to be worked under the supervision of the army. These camps were set up before the revolution, when the people were still in control of our own government. Every able body was sent to work at gunpoint. All of us suffered. Some of us died. That's why I'm here today. I'm ready to be worked until they decide they don't need me, and then they'll kill me for being a traitor. And they'll get away with it, because that's the world we live in 2025. I'm telling you this now because there's still time. You still have control over your future. After crippling legislation, we weren't able to win the shooting war, but you still have the power to win the info war. You don't need an AK-47 or body armor to fight tyranny if you catch it early enough. Visit Infowars.com or tune into Alex Jones and share this important information with your friends. This is your wake-up call, America, and I'm your Paul Revere. Win the info war and stop this version of 2025 from happening. It's not too late. I suppose they'll be coming for me soon. Don't waste this warning. Go to work. Win the info war. Good luck.